What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus LIX gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna have a look at Mad Max. Now, so far this game seems like it's gonna be pretty fun. Seems like it's gonna have like the fighting style of Batman, only in like a Mad Max world. That's gonna be right up my alley, and it ran really good on the Steam Deck, so heck, it might even run high settings at 1080p and stay at 60 plus, because we were only at like maybe 75 to 80% GPU usage on the Steam Deck. Mind you, that's 720p in high versus 1080. So hey, if it can't do it, well then we'll go through all the different settings. If it can just handle 1080p no problem, just like the Steam Deck did, we'll just get ourselves some gameplay and move on to the next system. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into the game.
All right, we're gonna start off at 1080p, and if it can handle it, well then we'll just get some gameplay and move on to the next system. If it is constantly dropping under 60 all the time, well then we'll do what we usually do and hop on to 900p medium and 720p low and all that good stuff. But if I remember correctly, it does just fine, besides like one spot. But even the Steam Deck like stuttered one time and dropped under 60. And besides that, it was fine. I recall this is the same kind of setup, but hey, let's go find out. Well, here we are in the game, and it seems to get pretty damn similar FPS to the Steam Deck when all is said and done. So that's pretty badass. I mean, the game doesn't have the best graphics in the world, but they also aren't the worst in the world either. And me, I would much rather have a game that looks halfway decent like this and have like smooth gameplay, more than a game that like looks almost photorealistic and then stutters like there's no tomorrow. Of course, this is just my opinion, just talking out loud, not sitting here trying to preach or say, well, if you like a game like that, you shouldn't because blah blah. Nope, none of that. If you like those games, cool. I'm just saying I'm not a big fan of it. Which is funny. As a kid, I always wanted photorealistic, and now it's all like, nope. Now that I got older, I totally understand. It's the art style and the gameplay and all that stuff that's the most important. Then you can have fancy graphics and all that if it doesn't interfere with all the rest of those things. But if you just try to make a pretty game, it almost always just fails. And if you try to just inject a bunch of like modern day politics like into a place it doesn't belong, that they also tend to not do so good. I think that was Veilguard's problem. Nobody wants to sit there and be like, talk to like you're a little kid and the game is the mom yelling at you. Or be like, hey, the old games were all about choice, but now you like can't kill off any of your people, and if you do, they like get brought back and they're like more annoying. And it's like, what the fuck? I don't know if that actually happens to Veilguard. I'm just saying as an example. I think most people hated that one because of all the like forced transgender dialogues. If you so happen to pick that, I think there's like obviously ways to like not have to pick that. No one holds a gun to your head and be like, you have to be a trans character. But I think there is one in the game, and they kind of like, for a while, kind of huff and puff and go, all right, well, I'm trans, I'm here, and you need to pay attention to me, and fuck you if I'm not the most important person. And then, like, that famous scene I'm sure everybody has pretty much seen, where they misgender somebody and then start doing push-ups randomly. It's all like, okay, no. See, that's the kind of shit I don't need in my games. That's just going to take me completely out of the game. Especially in a game where you could, like, snap your fingers or make a potion or something and be like, hey, I'm an animal, or whatever gender I want. It's just like, dude, be whatever you want. It's a damn fantasy. Stop trying to make it the whole game. That's not what Dragon Age is supposed to be. And it's not the only one that does that. But that's why I started having more fun with just older games like this. Like, yeah, it doesn't have, like, the most riveting story known to man. I mean, it kind of tries to just do its own thing, it seems like. Or for all I know, it's been forever. Like, I almost forgot, like, Indiana Jones. I was like, holy shit, this feels like it's just kind of like the first movie with some extra stuff added in. This could just be, like, the first Mad Max movie. I mean, the shit came out in the 80s, and I haven't seen it since I was, like, 7 or 8 or something, so for all I remember, this is like the damn plot of the first movie with like a twist, you know? Probably not, but I don't remember, so I don't want to make a claim one way or the other. But I don't know, I've just been liking games like this more lately. Anytime I test any old games, it's just like, man, they really could make some dang games back then. Hopefully some other cool games will come out too, but there have been some good ones that came out. I loved Space Marine 2, I liked Visions of Mana. I liked, obviously, the Urn Tree update for Elden Ring, but that's just a DLC, so almost could be its own damn standalone game with how big it was. I swear I put like another 120 hours into that damn game. I think I'm at like 300 and something on that one now, which is quite a lot for me. I usually play a game and move on. There's not too many games anymore that have like thousands of hours anymore. Not unless it's a Forza game. I think most of my Forza games are the ones that are like 500 to 800 to 1,000. With, I think, Forza Horizon 4 being the highest at like 1,200 hours or something like that. Which is quite a lot of hours. Shit. But, I don't know. I just like racing games. I don't know. It's one of my favorite things. I like them more than shooters or anything. Although I'd say my favorite thing is JRPGs. But besides JRPGs, racing. Used to be shooters, but not so much anymore. Hell, I looked at my Steam recap and it even said like 75% of the games you play were played with a controller, and I'm like, damn, really? But I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. Most of them have been played on my big-ass TV with the surround sound and everything, because they're all single-player, story-driven games that play quite well with a controller. I usually just use my main computer now for like anything that requires keyboard and mouse, because it's just more fun than with a controller. I want to do anything with lots of shooting with a controller. This one is mostly about driving, so that's the one reason I did not want to use keyboard and mouse. Because yeah, you do shoot every once in a while and you have to aim your little grappling hook and stuff, but other than that, you're not really aiming much.
We must go in the dead of night when the buzzard goes. Indians are away on their wild hunt.
But yeah, seems like it's getting pretty damn good FPS. I think there's, like I said, one part where it drops under 60 for a second. There could be more, but that's the one spot I noticed, I should clarify. Alright, before we go and fight these people, though, I'd say it's like, I think it's about time for us to move on to a camera. We've been playing for a hot minute.
Alright, let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay now. Now, I saw people here, so we gotta be careful. Okay, we got some scrap. Anything else over here? It says there's still something here. What am I missing? Oh, is it in here? Yeah. Because it tells you 100% looted at least, so you don't have to wonder. Where are we heading? Well, what's right next to us? I mean, right here. Ah, probably have to like get a, what do they call that? A winch. And open that or something would be my guess. Or get weapons, so yeah, we'll just head on over to here.
Unfortunately, with gas time comes the blessings of gasoline. We should find enough fuel for us to make it to the graveyard. Ooh, a big steel gift box. What prizes do you hold? Empty.
Alright, well, hopefully we have enough gas to get to this other location over here. Or I'm just gonna have to run to it.
Whoever was here is long gone now, along with anything of use.
There's fuel all around. Keep your eyes peeled.
Perfect.
She's out of gas. Full can.
Cool.
We may refuel and demolish.
Here we go, refuel.
Fill her up, huh? All the way to the brim. Praises, she's full. But let's bring an extra for refueling or blowing something up.
Oh.
Keep an eye on the car.
Now, let us make haste before the nightly hunters return to their lair.
Alright though, I think this is actually a pretty good spot for us to go wrap the video on up at.
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap from Mad Max on the Asus Ally X, and it seems like 99% of the time it stays over 60 at high settings, so figured just leave it at that. If you want to stay over 60, you probably could just drop it down 900p and high, and then you would stay at 60 all the time. Plus, in fact, you'd probably stay at like 80, 90 FPS would be my guess, because we were already staying mostly in this high 70s to almost 80 most of the time anyway. So, pretty badass. It's kind of a shame they can't make more games that look that good, that run that good on these handhelds nowadays, but it is what it is. Now I'm kind of curious, how will the Firebat with its low amount of VRAM handle this game though? Is it a VRAM hog? I could have looked at the Steam Deck, but I can't remember what it was taking up. And besides, that's on Linux running through like a bunch of weird shit, so who knows? That might take up less or more VRAM than on Windows, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm not a programmer, so I have no idea how all that stuff works. Just kind of thought about it. But anyway though, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.